My wife chose the exact moment I signed the papers, inheriting my grandfather's company, to hand me divorce papers, while my brother smirked behind her shoulder. What they didn't know was that I'd been documenting their betrayal for months. Thank you for listening. If this story resonated with you, leave a comment below and subscribe to this channel for more infidelity stories and cheating wife stories on YouTube. The November rain in Grand Rapids hits different when you're signing your life's work into existence. Not just rain, it's that bone-deep Michigan cold that seeps through your best suit and reminds you that some moments demand you feel every second of them. I sat in Coleman & Associates' conference room, my grandfather's mahogany pen heavy in my hand. 23 years he'd used this pen to build Great Lakes Manufacturing from a tool shed operation into Michigan's premier automotive parts supplier. Now it was mine.
James?
The attorney said, sliding the final page forward.
Once you sign this, Great Lakes Manufacturing officially transfers to you.
That's when I heard her heels clicking on marble. Even before the door opened, I knew. After 22 years of marriage, you know your wife's walk. But this wasn't my Sarah's usual confident stride. This was the walk of an executioner.
Perfect timing,
Sarah announced, strutting in like she owned the building. My brother Ryan followed, his hand possessively on her lower back.
James, we need to talk.
She dropped a manila envelope on top of my grandfather's legacy documents.
Sign these first.
Right there, in the law offices, while my grandfather's business partners watched through the glass partition, while his portrait stared down from the wall. I opened the envelope with hands that were about to inherit a $50 million company. Divorce papers. Are you serious right now? The words came out steady, though something inside me was fracturing like ice.
Dead serious.
She replied, her green eyes cold as January frost.
And before you get any ideas about fighting this, you should know, Ryan and I have been together for 2 years. Your children know everything. They've chosen their side.
2 years. My brother, the one I'd taught to drive, who'd been my best man, who'd cried at my wedding.
The kids are waiting in the lobby,
Ryan added, unable to hide his satisfaction.
They want to tell you themselves. They're taking Sarah's maiden name. They don't want to be associated with a man who cheated on their mother.
Both are adults. Emma, 21, is home from Michigan State, and Tyler, 19, is studying pre-law at U of M. Yet here they were, being used as weapons against me. What are you talking about? Sarah's smile was pure predator.
We have photos, James. Lots of them. You with various women over the years. The kids have seen everything. They know who their father really is.
In that moment, watching my brother's arm around my wife while my inheritance lay unsigned beneath their divorce papers, I realized 3 things. They'd planned this perfectly. They'd turned my children against me with lies.
And they had no idea I'd been recording every conversation for the past 6 months.
My name is James Mitchell. I'm 48, and for 15 years I've been CFO of Great Lakes Manufacturing, waiting for the day my grandfather would pass the torch. We make precision parts for Ford, GM, and Stellantis. My specialty has always been seeing the numbers behind the numbers, patterns that reveal truth. 6 months ago, those patterns started screaming. Sarah began having book club every Tuesday and Thursday, except her friend Linda called one night, asking if Sarah was feeling better from the flu on a book club night. Working late became her weekend excuse, but her company laptop showed no remote access logs. I know because I checked. 22 years of marriage, and I'd never checked before. But something in my gut said, start paying attention. Then came the credit card statements. $400 dinners at the Chop House when she claimed to be grabbing Subway. Hotel charges at the Amway Grand, 40 minutes from our house in Ada. Why would she need a downtown hotel? But the family gatherings, those told the real story. The way Ryan suddenly couldn't meet my eyes at Sunday dinners, how he'd angle his body away when Sarah entered the room, like magnets with matching poles. The inside jokes that stopped mid-sentence when I walked in. My daughter Emma mentioned it first.
Dad, why does Mom keep texting during dinner? And why does Uncle Ryan's phone buzz every time hers does?
My son Tyler noticed too.
It's weird, Dad. They're acting like, I don't know, just weird.
The confirmation came in July, company picnic at Millennium Park. I'd gone back to the car for Sarah's jacket when I saw them. My wife and my brother, behind the maintenance shed, her hands in his hair, his mouth on her neck. I sat in that car for 20 minutes, engine off, watching my life crack down the middle. Some men would have charged over, made a scene. But grandfather taught me something.
Jamie, anger makes you predictable. Strategy makes you unstoppable.
So I played it smart. First, I hired Marcus Webb, former Detroit PD, specialized in domestic investigations. I need everything, I told him. Every meeting, every text, every financial transaction. And I need it done without them knowing. 2 weeks later, Marcus walked into my home office with evidence that turned my stomach. Photos from hotels across Grand Rapids, Lansing, even Chicago. Receipts for jewelry I'd never seen Sarah wear. Text messages so explicit I had to stop reading. But the worst part? The planning documents. They'd hired Patricia Vine, a divorce attorney known for one thing: destroying husbands in court. Their strategy was mapped out like a military campaign. Wait until the inheritance cleared, claim infidelity, take half of everything, plus the company. The photos of me with other women? Sarah's cousin worked at a digital marketing firm. They'd been creating deepfakes for months, professional quality, the kind that would fool anyone who didn't look too close. "There's more," Marcus said, and I could tell by his expression it was going to hurt. "They've been showing these photos to your kids, gradually, building a narrative that you're a serial cheater who's just good at hiding it." That's when I understood the full scope of their betrayal. It wasn't just about money. They wanted to destroy my relationship with my children, my reputation, everything that mattered. "What do you want to do?" Marcus asked. "I want to bury them," I said. "But I need to be smart about it." The next 3 months were agony. Sitting across from Sarah at breakfast, watching her smile while texting my brother, listening to her fake concern about my stress levels while she plotted my destruction. Ryan was worse. He'd stop by the office, supposedly to discuss the transition once I inherited the company.
You know, James, Sarah deserves a man who appreciates her. Some guys just don't know what they have until it's gone.
Every instinct screamed to put my fist through his smug face. Instead, I smiled and agreed. Let him think I was the clueless older brother. Let them both think their plan was perfect. Meanwhile, I was building my own case. Michigan is a no-fault divorce state, but judges still consider behavior when dividing assets, especially when fraud is involved. My attorney, Jennifer Park, laid it out clearly.
Creating false evidence, attempting to defraud you of inherited assets, deliberate deception to turn your adult children against you. These are serious matters, but we need to let them actually execute their plan. Attempted fraud is harder to prosecute than completed fraud.
The waiting was torture. Watching my children grow distant, seeing the doubt in their eyes when they looked at me. Emma stopped calling. Tyler's texts became single-word responses. One night, I found Sarah in my grandfather's study, running her fingers along the desk that would soon be mine.
This house is really too big for one person.
She mused.
Maybe Ryan could move in, help with maintenance.
She was already planning her future in my childhood home, with my brother, using my inheritance. Maybe, I agreed, voice neutral as Switzerland. Family should stick together. She actually smiled at that. The woman I'd loved for over 2 decades smiled while planning to rob me blind. That's when I knew. Some people mistake kindness for weakness. They were about to learn the difference. Monday morning, after the confrontation at the law office, I signed the inheritance papers with Sarah's divorce petition still lying there like a declaration of war. My grandfather's company was officially mine. Time to take them down. First call, Jennifer Park. They executed their plan. Every crime we discussed. Fraud, falsifying evidence, conspiracy. It's a go. Second call, Marcus Webb. Send everything to the county prosecutor. The deepfakes, the financial records, all of it. Third call, my grandfather's former partner, Judge William Morrison. Retired, but still influential. Bill, remember when you said if I ever needed anything? I need the best forensic digital analyst in Michigan. Today. By noon, the wheels were turning. By 2 p.m., Ryan discovered his access to company systems had been revoked. All of it. 20 years of building his position as COO meant nothing when the owner decided he was a security risk. He stormed into my office like a tornado hitting a trailer park.
What the hell did you do? I can't access anything.
I looked up from reviewing quarterly reports, calm as morning mist over Lake Superior. Company policy, Ryan. No access for individuals involved in active litigation against the owner. You're suing me for divorce settlement money through Sarah, right? Can't have conflicts of interest. His face went through several shades of red.
You can't do this. I built this company as much as you did.
No, I said, standing slowly. Grandfather built this company. I maintained it. You? You tried to steal it. Get out of my office.
James, listen.
Security is already on their way up. You have 5 minutes to leave voluntarily, or they'll escort you out. Your choice, brother. The deepfake investigation moved faster than expected. Dr. Angela Smith from Michigan State's Digital Forensics Lab confirmed what we suspected. Sophisticated forgeries, but forgeries nonetheless.
These are good,
She told the prosecutor.
but they're not perfect. Metadata doesn't match. Shadow angles are wrong. Once you know what to look for, it's obvious. Someone put serious money into creating these.
The fraud charges were filed within a week. Sarah and Ryan had transferred $200,000 from various family accounts into shell companies, preparing for their post-divorce life. Federal crime. Wire fraud. Conspiracy. But the moment that broke everything open came from an unexpected source. Sarah's cousin, Monica, the one who'd created the deepfakes. She walked into the prosecutor's office voluntarily, pale and shaking. I can
Do this anymore.
she said.
They told me it was to protect the family, that James was abusive but too smart to leave evidence. I believed them until I saw what they were really planning. I have everything. Emails, payment records, the original image files. I'll testify.
When Tyler and Emma saw those emails, their mother's own words, their world shattered. Tyler just stared and said,
This is disgusting, Mom.
Sarah had written,
The kids are useful leverage. They're both emotional ammunition we can use. Emma's always been Daddy's girl. Once she sees the photos, she'll feel so betrayed she'll turn completely. Tyler follows his sister's lead. Get Emma, we get them both. Once we control how the kids see James, he won't fight the divorce terms. He'll give us anything to try to salvage those relationships. Men are predictable that way.
Emma found me in the garage, working on grandfather's 1967 Mustang. She stood in the doorway for a full minute before speaking.
Dad, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I set down my wrench and opened my arms. My daughter collapsed against me, sobbing like she hadn't since she was 7, and broke her arm falling off her bike.
We believed her, Dad. She showed us those photos and we believed her. How could Mom do this? How could Uncle Ryan?
My baby girl, you were manipulated by people you trusted. That's not your fault. Tyler's reaction was quieter, but no less devastating. He sat with me on the dock behind the house, watching the sun set over the Grand River.
I feel so stupid.
He said finally.
I'm supposed to be smart. Pre-law at U of M. And I fell for edited photos.
Intelligence and trust aren't the same thing, son. You trusted your mother. That's what children are supposed to do.
I said horrible things to you, Dad. That night when I said I was ashamed to be your son.
Already forgiven. The day you said it. Already forgiven. We sat in silence, watching the water. Sometimes healing doesn't need words. The arrest happened on a Tuesday morning. FBI agents executed warrants simultaneously. Sarah at her yoga studio in East Grand Rapids. Ryan at his mistress's apartment downtown. Oh yes, there was another woman. The investigation uncovered that while Ryan was sleeping with my wife, he was also involved with his secretary. Sarah didn't know. The betrayer got betrayed. The Grand Rapids press had a field day. Great Lakes manufacturing executives arrested in elaborate inheritance fraud scheme. Our clients didn't run. They saw it as a sign of our security and integrity. We'd caught the criminals from within our own ranks. New contracts actually increased. Sarah's carefully constructed image crumbled overnight. The yoga studio banned her. The country club revoked her membership. Her book club, the real one she'd abandoned for her affair, wanted nothing to do with her. She moved back with her mother in Lansing, taking a job as a receptionist at a medical clinic. From society wife to minimum wage in one federal indictment. Ryan lost more than money. His wife, yes, he was married with 2 kids, divorced him immediately. Took the house, the kids, everything. He'd been hiding assets for years, but forensic accounting has a way of finding everything. The man who'd tried to steal my inheritance, my own brother, lost his own. The sentencing came in May, just as Michigan spring was erasing the last memories of winter. I sat in federal court in Grand Rapids, watching my ex-wife and brother in matching jumpsuits. Sarah looked smaller somehow, like betrayal had physically diminished her. Ryan wouldn't meet my eyes, hadn't since the arrest. Judge Patricia Williams didn't hold back.
In my 30 years on the bench, I've seen greed destroy families, but to conspire against your own brother, to manipulate adult children with false evidence, to attempt to steal a dying man's legacy, this represents a fundamental breach of human decency.
Sarah got 18 months federal prison, 3 years probation. Ryan got 2 years, plus restitution of $200,000. As they led him away, Ryan finally looked at me. For a second, I saw my little brother again, the kid I'd taught to ride a bike, who'd cried when our dog died, who'd been my best friend before he became my worst enemy.
I'm sorry,
he mouthed. Too little, too late. But I nodded anyway. Grandfather would have wanted that. Great Lakes Manufacturing now employs over 500 people across Michigan. Tyler graduated law school and runs our legal department. Emma got her MBA and manages our expansion into electric vehicle components. We established the Mitchell Family Foundation. Grandfather's name lives on through scholarships for first-generation college students from Michigan. Kids who understand that betrayal is a choice, but so is integrity. Sarah wrote last year. Found religion in federal prison, wants to apologize, asking if we could start over as a family. I showed the letter to Tyler and Emma over dinner at Grandfather's old dining table, the one where she'd smiled through family meals while texting my brother.
Dad?
Tyler said, his voice steady like mine had become.
Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting, and it definitely doesn't mean giving someone another chance to destroy you.
Emma nodded.
We have grandfather's legacy to protect. We have each other. That's what family really means.
Ryan got out 6 months ago, moved to Florida, started working construction. He sent one letter, short, pained, real. No excuses, just regret. I keep it in my desk drawer, next to grandfather's pen. Some wounds heal but leave scars. Some bridges can't be rebuilt. Grandfather always said,
Jamie, any fool can break things. It takes wisdom to know what's worth saving and courage to rebuild what matters.
"Mission accomplished, Grandpa. Hope you were here to see it. Thank you for listening. Like the video and subscribe for more infidelity stories, cheating wife stories, and inspirational stories about finding the strength to start over."